This 17-year-old girl disappeared after a night out with friends, and her body wasn't found for months. This is the story of Emilie Meng. Emilie was born in 1999 and lived in the small town of Korsør, Denmark. I hope I'm saying that right. She was known to be creative and kind, and she was deeply loved by her family and friends. Emilie was a talented singer. She performed in her church choir and dreamed of pursuing a career in music one day. She was 17 years old, she had just finished school for the summer, so she wanted to spend all of her free time hanging out with her friends. I did the same thing when I was 17. On July 10th, 2016, Emilie went out with two close friends in Slagelse, a nearby town. Hopefully I'm saying that one right too. They stayed out late, laughing, taking photos, having a good time, catching up, doing typical teenager activities. At 3 a.m., the girls arrived at the train station to head home. Emilie got off at her Korsør stop, which was just a short walk to her home, but unfortunately she never made it back home. When Emilie didn't return home that morning, her family immediately reported her as missing. It was very unlike Emilie to not come home after hanging out with friends for a night. So police began searching, but there were immediate concerns brought up by her family that the search was just going too slow and police weren't moving fast enough. And despite searches and media attention to this case, days turned into weeks, which turned into months, with no sign of Emilie. Emilie's face was everywhere in Denmark. In the media, it was on posters, in newspapers, but no trace of her was found. Until December 24th, 2016, more than 5 months later, when a dog walker found human remains near a small village of Borup, about 65 kilometers, which is roughly 40 miles, from where Emilie disappeared. And dental records later confirmed that it was her. A medical examiner later determined that Emilie had been unalived and dumped on the side of the road. For years, there were no arrests, and this became one of Denmark's most haunting unsolved cases. Police faced lots of criticism for their slow movement in the early days of the investigation, and the public began demanding justice. Then in April of 2023, a major break in the case came. A 32-year-old man was arrested. His name was not released at the time, but he was already in custody for a separate violent kidnapping and assault of another young woman in 2022. Authorities linked him to the Emilie Meng case through forensic evidence, including items found in his property near Korsør, just a few kilometers from where Emilie vanished. The man, who had once worked as a car mechanic and lived a quiet, seemingly ordinary life, was charged with her unaliving and remains in custody as proceedings continue. Emilie Meng was just 17 years old. She had a family and friends who absolutely adored her. Her friends still talk about her laugh and how she had dreams of becoming a professional singer. She had dreams of becoming a professional singer that she never got to fulfill. And her case forever changes how missing person cases are handled in Denmark. That is everything I have on this case. I would love to hear your thoughts in the comments. I hope whoever he is, whatever his name is, he rots behind bars for life. I post true crime videos, so if you like this type of content, follow so you don't miss my next video, and please stay safe out there because you never know what's right around the corner.